The first executive order regarding building. The executive order talk about, hey, cities, if you have any home that was destroyed during the fire that was recently issued and permitted, that was designed under the 2019 code, the full house, then you will be able to allow those families to move forward without any process.
Right.
Unfortunately, the city did not have a complete home, and so that's where we are with that item.
It was such a good idea. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Bruce? Bruce?
Well, I just want to comment. I applaud everyone who had anything to do with the sewer decision, because that is a major give. I didn't appreciate that when I read the executive order. I thought it was talking about the septic systems, but basically this means we are the masters of our decision on the sewer. We don't have to get permission from the state. Is that accurate?
Yes, that is part of this executive order.
Okay, great. That makes a decision a little easier when we get to it.
We won't need a coastal development permit.
Right.
We won't need, yeah, so the same thing as the rebuilds, right? So it's exempt from the Coastal Act and exempt from CEQA. But you still need to get, we need to go through our, process here at the city council level in terms of your decision making.
That's what I meant by don't need the state.
Anyone else?
I just want to say thank you.
You're right, Yolanda. That sewer decision is going to save people a lot of time and a lot of money. So thank you for everybody who helped us get that done. Thank you.
Madam City Manager, is there anything else? Thank you, Yolanda and Tyler. And Rob back there, I know you help with the sewer too. Sergeant Sutherland, do you have an update for us?
Good evening, City Council. Just jump right into it. So we're approaching the end of the year, so I kind of want to give you a year in review. For crime statistics, traffic collision statistics, injury collisions, citations issued, pretty much everything's been cut in half, which makes sense because of the Palisades fire. The eastern half of the city was shut down for 6 months, so we're looking at about a 50% reduction in crime statistics, traffic collisions, injuries, collisions, and traffic citations issued. This year, we repurposed a special assignment deputy who became the school resource deputy for the city of Malibu. So that started this school year. So things have been going great on that, and it's very promising, and we hope it continues, which I'm pretty sure.
Hello everyone, this is AnnestaciaA Komarovsk. We're having technical difficulties, but trust me, it's 4:44. So it's Say Rabbit. We're recording. It says we're having an error on the stream. And if so, we'll fix it in the editing. So you're just watching the City of Malibu City Council meeting. So we'll go back there again real quick. And a lot of these little problems that we've been having are kind of my own. Put myself out there and kind of change things at the last minute. Not a good idea. So here.
That's good. We're still out there. We're still issuing citations, and we're trying to make PCH safer. With that, we did a DUI checkpoint this year through an OTS grant from the city, and we're looking at doing another one sometime soon, hopefully.
So if you couldn't hear me, that was, how could I forget his name? Sergeant. I just call him, that's what I said. I just say Sarge. Sergeant. And that's LA County Sheriff Department. So that was yesterday at the City Council meeting. And it got me bummed out because it says YouTube is not receiving our stream. So we'll go on. One thing I will tell you is at least they have City Council meetings to go to. Places like Pacific Palisades are part of LA City, not their own city. They probably should be. And perhaps with good leadership at the state, they will. Excuse me. So a little different configuration. The errors, we'll fix it in post, they say. So I just hope we get a good recording so we can fix it in post. It makes me a little nervous sometimes. So we're getting ready for the holidays. And just a quick update. I looked this up for you guys. Olo will be open regular hours, 8 to 9 here in Malibu. Okay? 8 to 9 a.m. in the Malibu. You can go to Olo. So go to church. Because I was going to say, look, this kind of triggers me to do gratitude. But first, let me see my Say Rabbit phone. Say Rabbit. See, that's translucent case. You could put your business card or name under there. And that way, when you put the phones all together, you know whose phone is which. Because normally you leave it upside down, right? And so it's flat. You know whose phone it is. So pretty cool. Much nicer case. So I had a different case, and it made a big difference. But let me, first things first, let me open up the phone. Don't need to share my codes with you. So Our Lady of Malibu will be having, believe it or not, a Thanksgiving Mass on Thursday, 9 a.m. to 9:30. So it's a really short little thing. Don't see why we can't make it there. So perhaps we will. And so you see that case. I had a different case on there. And what happened was, it wasn't working out. So it's Gratitude Day. So I got my old standby case company. There you go. Case Co. There you go. They make good cases. So it worked out really well. So that's what I have now on this much more. Oh, that's my regular iPhone 15. But the iPhone 17 now is much more useful with the right case. Isn't that weird? It's a nice phone, but it was just not the right case. But now it feels right. Isn't that weird? There you go. iPhone 17 Pro. Because we're pros. Speaking of MacBook Pro, there's the Pro. Malibu City Council meeting back there too. Little Awesome Prairie. And I think that was you two on the feed coming in, or recorded earlier. And the other thing too, I just, once again, gratitude. And one of those things is the gentleman of the house went to Italy in Century City. There you go. I don't know, the camera's weird. Italy in Century City. And what he was doing, he was picking up the mail. Oh, by the way, I do tricks, see. Like, I was able to do it earlier, see? The mics kind of move on their own. He was picking up my mail because that's my official address, which is on my card for NPP 2026. Surprise! Okay, you ready? It's like I said, it's gratitude. I'm very happy to be here and thankful to everyone who's helped me along. Okay, so let me get it. So NPP 2026. What do you think of that? Oh, by the way, I don't need the mic. Isn't that great? Look at that. It's for real. Wow. So the reason for the frame, which I'm kind of excited, is it explains NPP2026.com, but it doesn't really because we haven't worked on the website. We've been trying to get everything established. But NPP stands for no party preference, or no politics, or no whatever you want to say. 2026.com. That's me, Ann. So there you go. That's exciting. So thank you to Custom License Plate Frame. Oh, these people are here. Best license plate frames. Isn't that cute? Okay, enough of that. So, so people ask me, Ann, what makes you qualified to run for office? What are your strong qualifications? And I go, communications, able to communicate. This is an example. we might have an error on our YouTube stream, which we'll fix. And really, honestly, we're practicing for, well, hopefully the day that never comes. That's the way I'm going to leave that. And one of those things is we use scanners and radios and stuff, communications. This will prevent fires. Or not prevent, mitigate them. And that's the key. So with these radios, we can communicate. So I'm going to turn on here. So I was a member of this, I still might be. My number's still active, but they're far away. So let me see if I can hit it. I doubt it. Nope, too far away. Yeah, a little far away. But these radios can be used if we had a repeater on Catalina Island, we could probably communicate from San Clemente all the way to Santa Barbara for emergency alerts and let everybody know what's going on. So the folks in the Palisades could have got the heads up. And with another system, even up in Altadena. So across the state, it's all about communication, crystal clear messages with the right people. So I don't know why that camera does it. I have a different mount system. I blame myself. Oops, sorry. My card got upside down. Yeah, not as well prepared as I should have been today. But trust me, I was at a... Sorry about that. Probably why you should wear a jacket. Sometimes the straps fall. It's, just a little... just a little live fun and stuff. And so we talked about some food options, and one of them, another thing too, is I feel strongly about the homeless folk and people go hungry, and neither one should exist. And I'd like to solve that. One thing is giving food to the folks in need. And, excuse me. We talked about this yesterday, where I said, I remember a quote from somebody saying that, thank you for the meal. There's a Thanksgiving, like the mission down in downtown LA, rescue mission. And they were serving. They said, thank you for the meal, but I'm hungry every day. And that's true. A lot of people do go hungry every day. There are programs out there. I have a box. I use a box. This has a bunch of radio equipment in it. But look. It's from the food bank. Filled with a bunch of equipment. But there you go, a box. So there really isn't any restriction who gets food. So what you can do is possibly, I'm not advocating this because I am not sure, so I won't speak to it, but it's not a bad idea if you take food, if you have time, to go to a food bank and pick up some food for those who are in need. Because sometimes those who are in need are not aware of where the resources are. So give them some help. The other thing too today, I had a little discussion here at home about how do we give charity, or how do we give, if somebody asks you for money or dime or something like that, they ask, and what do you do? A rabbi once told me to keep some extra change in your pocket, so if people ask you, you'll be able to, give them some change, because you're supposed to always give something. And different strokes for different folks. That's what the rabbi taught me, and so I don't really give money. If I do, I'll probably give them something really special. So please, don't dare me. So we do that, but it happened to me at Starbucks in Malibu, downtown. I was in town in Malibu. Somebody asked me for money, and I said, well, can I buy you a cup of coffee? So I bought him a pumpkin spice latte at Starbucks. So yeah, and I just ordered my regular coffee, large black coffee, because honestly, I don't like to make them work. I know they're there to do a task, but they really like it when I just show up and say 1 large black coffee. So, and actually, by the time you're all said and done, it does come out to like $5 because you leave a tip and the change. So it does, but I get a nice large coffee for it, so it's not bad. And I appreciate those folks being there for us because many times they're open like I think they used to be open at 5:30 a.m. And while we're on assignment, early morning news live shot, they're the only place that was open. So you could go in there and get a cup of coffee. I remember when Winchell's was around. You remember Winchell's? There were only a few or if any left, but Winchell's, they were 24 hours. You could always go in there for a cup of coffee and a donut. And I love donuts. This screen over here driving me nuts. Hold on. I would, you know what? I'm going to do something a little different and see if I can pull it off. I want to show you something. We were talking about, people ask me, Ann, how can you help? How can you make things better? Well, let's see, am I pointing the right way? Oh, probably doing it wrong. Okay, there you go. I think that's right. So, there you go. That's Tracy Parks, and she's for the Pacific Palisades. So perhaps, let's give the Pacific Palisades their independence. That's a concept. I don't know. But I advocate for it. They're like their own town anyway, so why shouldn't they be their own